The people of the trench, Ashab al-Ukhdud, the fire of faith. Introduction, the flames of faith. They stood before blazing fire pits, but their hearts burned brighter with faith. They were offered life in exchange for disbelief, but they chose death for the sake of Allah. This is the story of Ashab al-Ukhdud, the people of the trench, a story of sacrifice, oppression, and unwavering belief told in Surah Al-Buruj. Part 1. The Tyrant King. Long ago, there was a powerful king who ruled with arrogance and cruelty. He claimed divine authority, commanding his people to worship none but him. Yet among his subjects lived a young believer who had learned the truth, that only Allah is worthy of worship. The king relied on a magician to maintain his power, but as the magician grew old, he sought a successor. A young boy was chosen, bright, curious, and pure in heart. On his way to the magician each day, the boy encountered a righteous monk who taught him about Allah. Through him, the boy found faith. He began to see through the lies of the kingdom. Part 2. The boy, the believer, and the miracle. One day, the boy encountered a beast blocking the path. He prayed, "O Allah, if the monk's path is true, then kill this beast so the people may pass." With a single stone, the beast fell, and the people were amazed. Word spread about the boy who could perform miracles by the will of Allah. The king summoned him, furious. The boy declared, "You have no power except by Allah." The king tortured and killed the monk and others who believed. But no matter what he did, the boy's faith grew stronger. Part 3. The boy's plan and the awakening of faith. The boy told the tyrant, "You will not kill me unless you do as I say. Gather the people, tie me to a tree, take an arrow from my quiver and say, 'In the name of Allah, the Lord of this boy.' Only then will you kill me." Desperate to prove his power, the king obeyed. He said the words, "In the name of Allah, the Lord of this boy," and the arrow struck, killing the boy instantly. But at that very moment, the people's hearts opened. They cried out, "We believe in the Lord of this boy." The tyrant was enraged. His plan had backfired. Part 4. The Trench of Fire. He ordered massive trenches to be dug, filled with fire and flames. He declared, "Whoever believes in Allah, throw them into the fire." One by one, the believers were cast into the flames, men, women, and even children. But their faith did not waver. A woman hesitated as she held her infant. Then by Allah's miracle, the baby spoke and said, "Mother, be patient. You are upon the truth." And she stepped into the fire with peace in her heart. Part 5. Allah's response. Allah says in Surah Al-Buruj 85:4-9, "Cursed were the people of the trench, the fire full of fuel, when they sat by it, watching what they did to the believers. They resented them only because they believed in Allah, the Almighty, the Praiseworthy. Their oppressors thought they had destroyed faith, but Allah elevated the martyrs to a rank beyond imagination." Part 6. Lessons from the people of the trench. True faith is unshakable. They chose fire over disbelief, showing that real belief cannot be forced out by fear. Tyrants never win in the end. The king's cruelty made his kingdom fall, but the believer's story lives forever in the Qur'an. 3. Even the smallest believer matters. A young boy's courage brought an entire nation to the truth. 4. Sacrifice for Allah is eternal victory. The flames consumed their bodies but not their faith. 5. Patience under persecution leads to paradise. The Prophet said, "The people of the trench were tortured for faith, yet Allah will reward them without measure." A reflection. The story of Ashab al-Ukhdud reminds us that faith is not proven by comfort, but by standing firm when belief is tested. When the world burns with injustice, remember those who smiled at the edge of the fire, because their eyes were already on paradise.